could vote for Randy Moss, it is a man named Tom Brady.
Was the first game of the year that Randy kind of blew me away. There was a play against the Jets. Randy had a comeback route on the left sideline, and I got a little pressure. I knew Randy was breaking out of it, so I kind of was partly throwing it away and partly wondering if I'd give Randy a chance to make the play, and I got hit just as I threw it.
Snap to Brady, looks, fires, it is caught near side.
This guy is amazing.
I went back and watched the film the next day. I saw Randy, come down with this incredible sideline catch, and I was like, man, this is going to be a lot of fun to work with.
Randy Moss was larger than life.
I'm a freak of nature. You're going to see today, just keep your eyes glued to the TV.
More than a groundbreaking wide receiver, he was a football force of nature, the likes of which the game had never seen.
Prior to him, you would have a big guy on your team and a small, fast guy. Randy Moss commingled the two. He was the big guy and the fast guy. We had never seen anything like him.
Randy Moss is the best young receiver that I have seen, maybe ever.
He was a nightmare. The guy could do everything you ask for a receiver to do on any given Sunday.
Throw it up above his head. They can't jump with me. Golly.
I mean, the toe tapping, the speed up the sideline. I mean, he did it all.
Moss reached 6 Pro Bowls in 14 dynamic seasons, and his outsized impact was felt across generations.
I've been fortunate to play with some great players over the course of my career, and Randy obviously is one of them. If Randy can't get in, I don't know who can.
And this guy is unreal. We probably won't see another one like him. There's only one Randy Moss, and he's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer.
And so as we're just a couple hours away, our colleague Steve Weich just said the votes and the debates are happening as their presenters are making the cases for both receivers at this point. But Terrell, if one could get in, which one do you think should?
You have to ask me that, Amber,
If just one. I hope both of them. I think both of them should get in, but let's just say one.
I'm with you, man. To me, it's not an either or. It's like they both are Hall of Famers.
Yes, they both should be in.
They both are Hall of Famers. But based off the process or on the process, there's only 5 slots. Mm-hmm. And what people forget is there's other people who have been waiting to get in. And historically, I thought last year was an anomaly because 2 running backs went in. Mm-hmm. They're not going to put 2 receivers in this year. So, and we heard what Steve said about Terrell Owens, made the top 10 the year before, didn't make it last year. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't trending in the right direction. I think if one gets in, it's probably going to be Randy Moss. Mm-hmm. Not saying that that's right, but I'm thinking that's probably the guy that they'll put in first. Randy's career you can't dispute that this man is a Hall of Famer. He's 4th in receiving yards for a career. The impact this man made. I remember in 1998, he was a rookie. And we were the Broncos about to play into a Super Bowl, and they were playing the Atlanta Falcons. That entire year, Randy Moss was just killing people. Yeah. We did not want to see the Minnesota Vikings and Randy Moss.
So he was the Offensive Rookie of the Year that year.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He came out the gate.
And when you watch a guy's career and you fear, I'm not even on defense, and I feared Randy Moss. Yeah. So, I mean, the case for him making it, I don't need to make the case. The case has already been made.
And he coined the phrase, "You got Moss."
You got Moss.
You knew what was coming, and you couldn't stop it. You knew that 9 round was coming at any point, and a DB can be right there, and there was nothing he can do about it. I remember when we was playing him, and Terrell Reavers, when I was with the Jets, was on him, and quarterback threw this ball, Tom threw this ball, and it looked like it was going out of the back of the end zone. Terrell Reavers is all over Randy Moss. Somehow he pulls over his shoulder at the back of the end zone. Incredible. Everybody's looking on the sideline like, how did he do that? But you talk about another guy in T.O. who can do everything you ask him to do. Strong, can line up inside, outside. You really couldn't match up with T.O. because he can beat you any way you needed him to beat you. The only thing that has hurt T.O. obviously has been the stuff off the field. But he hasn't been a guy that's been in trouble.
Not in trouble.
That's the bad thing about it. It's not about being in trouble. It's about his perception in the locker room, and that's not right.
Yeah, likability should not be a factor, I believe. And if people decide whether you go into the Hall of Fame, it should be, did you dominate the position you played in the era that you played in?
He
checks that box. Yep. He led the league in receiving touchdowns for 3 years during that period, 2001, 2002, 2006. And you have to ask yourself, was he the guy that opposing defense defenses circled every defense that faced
Absolutely.
him. Was he the number one guy
Absolutely.
that the defenses circled?
And one of his famous plays was that play with Steve Young to win the game over the middle. In between, he wasn't afraid to do that. In between coverage, take the hit, catch the ball, take the hit, and still be strong enough to get in the end zone. He made plays like that time and time again.
And he fought for his teammates. He came back in that Super Bowl when he was hurt, came back and played the Super Bowl and balled out with a bum ankle. I mean, the guy would play through pain, anything for you. So, yeah, T.O. belongs in, Randy Moss belongs in, but
and the tough part is we don't know what is going to happen, but Isaac Bruce, who's a great receiver, might get left out.
I know.
And you would love to see all three of them go in, but that has never happened before in Hall of Fame